The past year has been nothing short of bizarre in the Toronto real estate market, and I'm going to share with you my 6 market predictions getting into 2025. Previously, the so-called experts had said that following the interest rate decreases, the market would pick up, but that just hasn't happened yet. So I'm going to share with you my predictions with the average price, the number of transactions, the pre-construction market, the rental market, and for those buyers and sellers out there wondering when the best time is for them to buy a property or to sell a property, you're definitely going to appreciate this video. If you are considering buying or selling, make sure to call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking to increase your business, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about how eXp Realty and our network can help you to elevate your business. And let's get into my very first market prediction, and that's that the average price will increase by 8%. And this is across all property styles in the Greater Toronto area. And what we've seen throughout the past 12 months is that the average price is up just about 2.5%, with the detached segment of homes experiencing the most appreciation and condo apartments seeing the least appreciation. They're actually down 2 to 3%. And there's every reason why we should most likely see properties go up in value. We've seen 5 consecutive interest rate decreases for one. This has led to more buyers entering the marketplace. We've even had like a busy holiday season. And on top of that, we have new mortgage policies that were put into place in the middle of December. And we found that anytime the government seems to interfere for the better, it seems to give somewhat of a boost to our market and gives buyers a bit more certainty with going ahead and purchasing. My second market prediction is that we will finally return to a seasonal real estate market. And what that means is that prices are somewhat elevated in the springtime and then elevated, but to a lesser extent during the fall. And this was how things were consistently every year prior to the pandemic. But since the pandemic came along, we found that sure, properties do go up in value just slightly during the springtime, but we haven't seen as great of a fall market. Even in 2024, despite the couple of interest rate decreases taking place before the fall real estate market, the average price didn't really increase. We also didn't see more buyer activity. It seemed to be the same story. Although what's expected is that we see less inventory for sale during the springtime because more of that listing supply is going to sell from now until then. And then at the same time, we should have more buyers enter the market because that's typically what they do in the spring. Because typically buyers, what they'll do is they'll coordinate the time they purchase along with the school year finishing. So they'll buy in the spring and then they'll close on the property 2 to 3 months later, that the kids can be all registered for the new school year in September. My third market prediction is that we will see 2 interest rate decreases. Unlike the 2 very large rate cuts that just took place, I'm expecting that we'll see 2 rate cuts, them being 25 basis points each, taking place Wednesday, March 12th, along with Wednesday, July 30th. Of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can continue to be updated about these changes. And if there's anything we've learned this year, is that a decrease in interest rate isn't always immediately followed by more buyer activity and transactions creeping up. There were several instances when we all thought the market would become more active, but it really just didn't. And it seems that a lot of this is psychology. A lot of this is based on buyers' expectation and their anticipation on what's to happen next. It's also based on the media. What happens is the rates come down. Some buyers think, okay, it's the right time to buy, whereas a lot of buyers think, why don't we wait longer? Likely rates will continue to go down. But then what happens is they end up waiting forever and never ending up purchasing a property. Make sure you're not one of those folks. My fourth market prediction is that the pre-construction market will see slight improvements. I'm expecting the average price for pre-construction homes to increase by 2% or so, and that's based on the price per square foot, which seems somewhat similar to where it was about a year ago. If the pre-construction market is going to see changes this year, I would expect that the changes would take place towards the later portion of the year. And that's because of the fact that there's every reason to buy resale right now. With the number of listings being high, buyers can get whatever kind of property they want, provided that they're willing to purchase a property that has been lived in previously. But also the fact that new construction homes are at least 30% more expensive than your typical resale homes. So I believe that once the listing inventory starts to come down like it did back in 2021, then buyers may start to understand and acknowledge the many benefits that are associated with buying pre-construction. And like the fact that the government has good programs put in place for new construction buyers, also that you're able to delay your payments up to the time when the property closes. The average price being this high and close to 1.2 million, not everybody has a down payment. But then the advantage of buying pre-construction is that you can pay in $20,000 installments or 5% installments until the closing date. So we should see a brighter pre-construction market in 2026 and maybe the tail end of 2025. My fifth market prediction is that the average rent does come down by 2%. And nobody saw this coming, but the average rental property is down, depending on the property style, even up to 5% in a lot of areas across the Greater Toronto area. So we're seeing an oversupply of listings for lease. We're also seeing that the average property and the average asking price is down, and I'm predicting that this will continue through 2025. And my sixth market prediction is that the number of transactions will increase up to about 90,000 in 2025, which is higher than what was seen in 2023 as well as 2024. Back in 2021, we had a record high, and the past couple of years has been very challenging for us realtors because we have so many more agents and we have far less transactions. So more of us are fighting for that piece of the pie. But I think 2025, it's not only going to be better for the realtors, but also the buyers and the sellers, because when there's less transactions happening, sellers are listing their property, they're not seeing any buyers in sight. And then at the same time, buyers are skeptical about purchasing, and we know that home ownership is going to help them long term. I'm going to continue keeping you updated along this really exciting ride in the Greater Toronto Area real estate market. Make sure to click subscribe. If you are considering buying or selling, make sure to call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking to ensure you have the best year ever, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about how eXp Realty and our network can better support you. And I look forward to seeing you next time.